All right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome aboard to the aftermarket recap. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Starting a little late today, my apologies. I was running around between one CVS and another to get a prescription filled for my wife. So with the traffic out there here in Central Florida, forget it. It wasn't 5 p.m. was not going to happen. So I had to make sure to comment on Instagram to remind everybody, hey, 5:45 p.m. But this is why you want notifications on. So this video will be put on notifications if you just hit that little bell button. It'll come directly to you showing you when the next video is on. So there you go. Hope everyone had a good afternoon. Stocks did end the day green. Dow up 264 points. NASDAQ up 0.94%. The S&P up nearly 1%, 0.95%. The VIX got smashed today. We'll go over that here in a second. I got a Bloomberg alert. Let's take a look here. Small caps did gain 1.61%. I want to go over a key level on Russell futures. The dollar index was relatively flat. 10-year yields did fall today, which was nice. Sub 3%, 2.972. Bonds were bid, TLT. Gold is up 0.65% on GLD. SLV silver up 0.74%. High yield credit, I made a comment on that on Instagram, that high yield credit being up 0.23% with the NASDAQ being up 1%. I don't like that. There should be a higher correlation there. Looks like HYG is not super confident. These are high yield credit, high yield bonds, where again they do couple with the Nasdaq and the Russell, and there's a little bit of decoupling there. It could be that Russell is playing a little catch up. So I put that chart on Twitter. Take a look at it. Investment grade bonds up 0.53%. Crude oil pretty quiet in a choppy session. Still closed below 120, 119.77. Gasoline flat today, $4.15 on the future side. And taking a look here at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what a session. This thing was what, 29,000 overnight. It was down about 6.6%. Ethereum was down about 7. End of the session green. So crypto has been that kind of leading indicator for us, telling us where risk is going. Again, crypto being, again, for better or worse, probably the most volatile asset out there to be invested in, right? Well, again, if Bitcoin is being bid, it seems that risk appetite is coming in for crypto. And again, that 30,000 level has very much held very well. Yes, we've been getting around 29, but it's been a big range. So let's go ahead and take a look at that chart first. Take a look at Bitcoin futures. And you can see, this is just on an hourly chart. Let's take a look at a 4-hour. 4-hour chart has just been a whole lot of nothing. Just been sticking in a range between 32 and around 28. The question is, what's next to come? Are we going to go and higher and see if we can fill this gap, or we're going to go down and fill the downward gap? So right now, Bitcoin is really right at that midpoint of what gap is going to fill. I suspect that, again, if we start really spending some meaningful time below 30,000, then we'll go lower. But the higher it goes, I think above 35,000, if we clear that, that will actually meet in line with QQQ. I posted that chart on Instagram before we talked about it. 35,000 would match up to QQQ. It would couple again. That seems to be the path of least resistance. I think Bitcoin goes higher as long as the NASDAQ does as well. Let's go to the S&P futures today. Pretty much the day's action was a ping pong match. 4080, very strong demand area. You could see those points. Triple bottom, I don't believe in triple bottoms for the most part. That usually means we're going to just go ahead and test the downside. Again, not something that is impossible to do. But again, we did close higher. And was it a confident higher? I believe so. I think now that we've kind of tested those lows again, kind of holding up, eventually we'll probably break down below that. I think we still get to 4,300 and roll over. But I think 4,200 it seems to be knocking on that door. 4,180, another key level resistance. Let's see if we can break above that this week. We do have CPI coming on Friday. Next Friday, we have OPEX. About, I think, $1 trillion or $2 trillion worth of derivatives expire that day. So as long as have you noticed the range is getting tighter? Look at this. It's just been stuck in this range. What, about 100 handles? Kind of stuck on it now for about a week and a half or so. Usually indicates we're going to get some kind of move. The last time we've had that kind of tighter range, well, that was a couple of weeks ago when we had that big squeeze higher on the stock market. Remember that short squeeze we had? Again, that kind of move where you're getting just consistent range Again, it doesn't mean up or down. It just means you're going to get some kind of move. I think we go higher. I think we get to 4,300. And after that, it's in God's hands, honestly, because this chart is showing me we're going to go higher. But the question is, how much do we go? Again, what's going to lead? I think tech leads the way, the beaten down tech. You could see the small cap betas did gain today. Again, you have Shopify that's doing a 10-to-1 split, Alibaba, AMC, GameStop all of the way, Roku as well. Exxon was up on an upgrade, I believe, from Morgan Stanley. So I think 4,200 is on the path. Maybe let's see if Asia starts buying. We have futures open in about 4 minutes. So we'll see where we go from there. I am long NASDAQ personally on futures. In regards to the VIX, one more chart I want to show you guys. Here's the VIX. Look at this breakdown. Now, what's the next level for VIX? The Volatility Index. Now, again, the Volatility Index moves inverse with S&P based on the fact that it's just based on fear, short-term options market. So we could see here 24 reading. We have about till 2287 for the next time we have support. So again, that should give us right to 4,200 if this analog plays out. If we can get another $2 downside, that'll get us around 8% minus 8% on the VIX. That should give us enough to get us to 4,200 in a very short order. Uh, Remember, guys, everything is baked in with bad news. So this is ripe for some kind of short squeeze. I think that's what's going to ignite us. If CPI comes in even marginally smaller, better than expected, it gives the market some kind of positivity where we're going to rock it up. So I want to give you this analogy before I answer some questions. Think of you in a room, kind of sealed away. All you hear is just gas, natural gas. And that's the bear sentiment. And then all it takes is one match. And the match would be some kind of positive news. So the question is we're asking is, hey, is all the bad news baked in? Is it really that bad out there, or is it opportunity? That's tough to call at this very juncture because it just changes every day. The narrative, I've seen it on Bloomberg from analysts everywhere. It literally changes day to day, and it's very hard to keep up. But I'm going to stick with 4,200 by the end of this week, and we'll see if we get there. Let's answer some questions. So JJ asks, will we have more room to climb for oil? Really good question. In regards to oil, here's the deal. Has been a tough sledding trying to get above 120. But again, I think the only thing that stands out to me, I think these energy companies are a bit extended. Let me see if I can get an RSI. Maybe that can give us some kind of um, view here. Let's see. We'll go to, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Relative strength. RSI. There we go. And look how overbought we are in the RSI on XOM, guys. These energy companies are going to come down crashing, not crashing. Let me rephrase that. It's going to come and pull back a little bit. I think that's a good opportunity if you wanted to reload on some oil companies. But again, if you're talking about just oil in general, let's look at USO. Look at that volatility that we've had. And again, just pretty much straight up shot. But USO in the long term hasn't done that great. Remember how low we got? Remember when it was negative? Again, now we're getting to overbought territory now. So would I start kind of pulling back on some oil? If you own it in the portfolio, I would just ride it for dividends. Again, maybe reload on some pullbacks. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't expect a lot higher here. It's just oversold, overbought. That's what happens on these companies. It happens to every asset. Oil is not independent. Hey, Carlos, would you share your dividend portfolio? Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. Let me go ahead and log in real quick and get it for you. Testing. Let's see. Testing. 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 Let's make sure you cannot hear me. I have my volume on, so at least it says it's working. Where is this thing? Give me a second, guys. Where is this damn thing? Positions. Here we go. Here we go. And here's the portfolio that I have for the dividend port. DNP, UTG, HTD, ETV, CSQ, BST, PDI. You can go and write that down, do your own research on it, but I do get, what do you call this? Dividends every month. So something I do enjoy for sure. But either way, audio is good. All right. Thoughts on big tech like Nvidia, AMD, Microsoft, MU. I would not want to buy just yet. And again, not for any point that I think we're just going to go straight up. No, I think we're going to get a little lower. We'll roll over after 4,300. It's just another wave of bad news will come and we'll get a shot at it. I don't think buying here, especially when it's up today, wouldn't make any sense. No sweat, no sweat. I hope you guys appreciate that. Again, just you can always rewind this video and see it later. So go ahead and leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your afternoon. And I apologize for being late today. I'll make sure to be on time tomorrow. Catch you guys at 9 a.m. Cheers, guys.